All right, hi everyone, it's Stephanie from Lumeria Star. So today we're going to be taking a look at the newly released, this is the Jack-O-Lantern Tarot. This one I didn't seek out to buy. This one found its way through me, through the subscription box from 9 of Earth. So if you guys aren't familiar with that or you haven't seen that on my page, basically that's, I think, one of the only subscription boxes that always has a full deck, either tarot or oracle, in every box. And basically the deck is always on theme with whatever the month's theme is. So for October, obviously it was like spooky Halloween, and this month I got the Jack-O-Lantern Tarot. So I haven't even opened this yet. I've just taken off the plastic and I pre-ripped the inside plastic. So let's take a look. This is just a regular tuck box with the title Jack-O-Lantern Tarot. And it says here 78 spooky and magical tarot cards with instructions. And I believe this is a low Scarabeo deck. So and this is a deck by Giuliano Costa. So let's take a look. All right, I'll put that off to the side. I just kind of pre-ripped the plastic, so I have not looked at this yet. All right. So we will take a look at the guidebook later, but it pretty much looks like a little white book. And we've got just a little card here to follow Los Scarabeo Tarot on Facebook and Instagram. And let's take a look at the backs. So these are really cute. We have our jack-o'-lantern, and then we have some owls and a bat. And it almost looks like, yeah, just some kind of harvesty flowers. So that's really cute. It's not edged or gilded. The cardstock, I think, is pretty standard to Los Scarabeo decks. And the deck also feels slightly more narrow than a standard tarot. And of course, do I have one near me? I do. Hold on one second. Let me go grab that so I can show for size reference. So I happen to have my Halloween tarot right here. Oops, totally bumped the camera. Sorry about that. So let's just take a look at the size difference because it does feel a little more narrow. So this is standard tarot. And yep, so you can see here it's slightly more narrow and slightly shorter for size difference. And then the backs as well. If you read reversals, you can see that it's not quite reversible, but that's not really an issue for me. I read all my cards upright, so that's not a problem. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. We have here a title card, Jack-O-Lantern Tarot. Very cute. Let me put that off to the side. And then let's take a look at our artwork. So we have here the Fool, and our Fool has a Jack-O-Lantern head. We have some skulls in the flower. We have a bat hanging from their little rucksack, and we have a dog here that looks pretty angry, kind of evil. So yeah, kind of spooky. All right, so next we have our magician. We have here all 4 of the elements. We have the magic wand here, and then we've got a skull. And then it looks like this table that the magician has all of their tools on. There's a skull there too. So I like how there's just little nods to Halloween and the macabre so far. All right, next we have our High Priestess. Pretty standard depiction of the High Priestess. We do have a jack-o'-lantern here. I think that's a little bat on her cape. And these columns kind of have pumpkin-esque designs. Okay, so next is our Empress again. So I'm wondering if the cards just all have a hidden jack-o'-lantern, if that's the thing. So we have a jack-o'-lantern here. On her like shield, we've got like a little skull. The Emperor, we have a jack-o'-lantern here, and he's also holding one. The Hierophant. So there is no jack-o'-lantern in this one, at least I don't see one. We've got black cats up here. It looks like there's some skull-like figures right there. Okay, next is our lovers. So it just feels like this is very Rider-Waite, and it's just like slightly made spooky from the vibe I'm getting so far. So again, we have like skull imagery here. We have our jack-o'-lantern. We have our traditional like male, female figures here. And this is where the angel is. We've got our chariot, which seems pretty standard. Strength. And again, we've got like some hidden skulls. It looks like those are like Venus flytraps there. And then this tree in the background is very spooky. It's got a face there. And then there's also a face in the clouds. All right, we've got our hermit. We've got like a skull. It's almost like a constellation in the air or something in the sky. We've got a little jack-o'-lantern right there. And then the top of his staff is like a bat. We've got the wheel. Justice. The Hanged Man. Got a little jack-o'-lantern on their clothing. And then like this part almost looks bat-like. Death. Oh, I like that card. So we've got Death here with our horse. It has, again, the traditional like Rider-Waite imagery. We've got the like his sickle, and we've got a bat here and an owl. We have some like heads on the bottom, and then he's standing on the jack-o'-lantern right there. Temperance. That's really pretty. I like the jack-o'-lantern face in like the flow of, you know, what's typically water between her cups. The Devil, very devilish looking. The Tower. The Star. So we can kind of see a jack-o'-lantern here in the star. And then from the little like vases, we have skull-like figures and then some like pumpkins in here. The Moon, we have like the traditional like wolf and the dog. They are skeletons. And then we've almost got like a skeleton lobster there. And then we've got the skull in the moonlight. And we got the Sun. Judgment. We see the figures like rising up from the grounds, like this graveyard, and these skeletons are coming up. The World, and in the wreath, we've got some pumpkins, a skull. We've got our jack-o'-lantern there. All right, so now we're going into our suit of cups. I like how the chalice, again, is a jack-o'-lantern, very fitting for the jack-o'-lantern tarot. Two of Cups is very Rider-Waite Smith. We've got just an added pumpkin. It almost looks like a black crow or a raven. And then we've got a skull in the background. Three of Cups. I like this one. It feels very witchy. So we've got like these women kind of like communing together with their cups. They've got their pointy hats, which makes it feel very witchy. So I like that. Four of Cups. Again, very traditional Rider-Waite Smith. We've got the hand that's outreaching with the fourth cup is like a skeleton hand. And the tree also is very spooky with this skull here. Our Five of Cups. 6. 7. So I like how in the cups here, again, we've got like a witchy hat. It almost looks like a haunted house or a castle. We've got like a ghost. And then the person down here has like another witchy hat and like a black crow or a raven. So that's cool. 8 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Our little guy is a skeleton here. It's cute. And 10 of Cups. So we've got like our happy little family here, witchy family. We've got our cups. We've got some like crows in the air and the kids playing with a ghost. That's cute. All right, next is the Page of Cups, and the fish popping out of the cup is a fishy skeleton. Our Knight of Cups, we see here the skull on their, what is it, like their armor and or helmet, and then we've got a skull in the clouds. Queen of Cups, she is on her throne, which is an owl, which is interesting. She's got a witchy hat, and then it almost looks like foxes for like shoes. That's interesting. And then we've got our King of Cups. And then we've got our Ace of Pentacles. So we have, again, jack-o'-lantern, some skulls. We've got like a bat skeleton. We've got a skeleton in the pentacle, which is actually hanging. It looks like from like a noose. And then there's a skeleton, a skull in the clouds. Two of Pentacles. So you can see, again, a lot of these are very like Rider-Waite-Smith influence. So this would be a very good beginner deck. Our Four of Pentacles. Our 5, I like that with the added, it almost seems like the Grim Reaper. 6 of Pentacles. 7. 8. 9. I also love the 9 of Pentacles as one of my favorite minor arcanas, and I love how like the grapes in here, there's also like kind of like grape-like skulls in there. I think that's pretty cool. 10, I like that giant skull there. And then we've got our Page, our Knight, our Queen. I like this one. This is all the like Venus flytraps in here. We've got some skulls in there. So it's kind of just like, this deck just seems like it's taking the Rider-Waite-Smith and just making it like slightly spooky. Not like over the top, but just like little nods. So for here, the Ace of Wands, we have like a spinal cord or vertebrae, and then we've got the skulls on top. We've got a skull in the clouds here, a little jack-o'-lantern in the bottom. 2 of Wands. 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands. That's really cute with the skulls here and the jack-o'-lantern, and they're clearly like celebrating and enjoying life. 5 of Wands, we've got our conflict. 6 of Wands, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we've got our court cards, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, our Queen of Wands. So we do have some like the classic symbolism here, like a black cat. What else do we have here? Got a lot of things going on. I feel like there's like a figure going on in the clouds. We have a pumpkin in the background. We've got some spooky trees in the background, and the skull up here on her like staff. And some kind of animal, kind of looks fox-like right there as well. And then the King of Wands, we have another tree figure here on the side, and then one over here. And then there's like a little pumpkin here, and there's like a little like mouse popping out of there, if you can see that. All right, so now we are in our swords. So we got our Ace, 2, 3, which is interesting too. That's not like a typical heart. It's a face, but then up here on top of the face, it almost looks like the, what is it? Like the arteries and the valves of like the anatomical heart. So that's interesting. Our 4 of Swords, our 5, our 6 of Swords, 7, 8 of Swords. I think this is the same image on the back of the box, right? Yep, I thought that was 8 of Swords. Our 9 of Swords and our 10. And then we've got our Page, our Knight, our Queen. And again, we see that imagery in the clouds with the skulls. There's a skull in the trees here. And then our King. So let's just take a look at the little white book, Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. So let's see here. So it gives us a little bit of information. Enter into a realm where every day is Halloween. It looks like there might be a spread here. Yep, so that's a 5-card pumpkin patch spread, and then it explains what each of the positions mean. So one of them is the soil, the seed, the sprout, the harvest, and the jack-o'-lantern. It's pretty cool. And then we go into the major arcana. So it looks like there's like a little paragraph for each major. And then the minors, let's see here. So the cups are chalices, and it kind of gives like a little sentence for each. Pentacles, wands, and swords. And then I believe, okay, so here's a little bit of information about the art references. So it says here, Giuliano Costa, artist and author of the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot, infused much more than just Halloween lore into the depth of his arcana. The greatest inspiration for the deck comes as a reflection of the relationship between humans, death, and their mortality, seen as a mirror of the relationship between the conscious and the unconscious. Both artistically and philosophically, the source is to be traced to the early German Romanticism and the movement of the Sturm und Drang. I'm not sure what that means. The attentive reader will be able to find many references in the cards, especially to artists like C.D. Friedrich. I don't know who these artists are, so I'm going to have to find out. And then I believe with all Lo Scarabeo decks, the rest of the guidebook is just different languages. So that's, it's pretty basic. It's 22 pages for each. So this is for the English version. So let's give this deck a shuffle and let's see what information it has to offer us. I do like the slightly smaller size, so it's easy to handle. And then let's try to riffle shuffle on camera, which is, it could go either way. That was actually really nice because they're small or smaller. And the card stock is just like pretty standard, so they don't stick or anything. All right, so let's see if we can get a message for the collective. Or you know what? First, I want to pull just one card to see what this deck might be here to teach me. I do have a lot of Halloween decks, so I'm not sure if this is going to stay. It's going to stay if I absolutely love it. I am really attached to my Halloween tarot, and then I have a lot of other spooky decks, so I don't, I'm trying to not be a collector. I don't want to be a collector of tarot. I want to use all of my decks, and I want to feel like they have a purpose. So if I feel like some decks have a repeating energy, I might pass them along, so we'll see. All right, so what does this deck have to teach me? 4 of Cups. So let's just read what the guidebook has to say for 4 of Cups. All right, so let's take a look at that. So the 4 of Chalices, it just says, be mindful of what will work for you at this time and what doesn't. Know your limit and trust your intuition. So that's really funny. As I was just saying, I have to see if this deck's going to work for me or not. So I think it's to be determined. So that's actually quite accurate. So let's pull a card reading for the collective. So if you are watching this video, it doesn't matter if this is the day I posted it, but if it's coming across your feed or if it's coming up in your YouTube and it's made its way to you, just know that the universe wanted you to see this message. Okay, so we have got the Nine of Cups, King of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. So basically what I'm seeing here is basically everything that you're looking for, especially in regards to like financial wealth and abundance and kind of like building that stable life. Because for me, the King of Pentacles is all about, you know, being the master of that. And it's about abundance and, you know, building a life that has everything that you want. And then the Queen of Pentacles is kind of all about like nurturing that. Like she's really good at like hearth and home and taking care of that. So if those are some things that you've been wishing for and wanting to see more of, the Nine of Cups is telling me that like everything that you're envisioning for that, you know, aspect of your future will come to fruition. Let's just pull one more card to see what we get. Oh, 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, exactly what I said. Like, I just feel like in regards to like your money and your finances, the things that you're really looking for and that type of like generational wealth and being able to build a legacy, so much so that you can donate to causes, you can give to charity, you can pay it forward for others. You know, if that's part of your vision, know that that is coming to fruition. So yeah, that's just like a little bit about the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. Let's just pull 3 more cards to see what comes up, just to see how they look. Or maybe a couple more. All right, so this is my unboxing and first impressions of the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. This is by Giuliano Costa, and it is a low Scarabeo deck. So I'd love to hear from you all what you think of this deck and your first impressions. If you have it, do you love it? If you don't have it in your collection, is it something that you want, even despite having maybe some other Halloween decks? So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like if you liked it. And I'm also, you know, very new on my YouTube journey. So if you want to go ahead and give me a subscribe as well so we can stay connected, I'd really appreciate it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.